Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about all the things we watched this week. And yes, like I said, Francesca and I watched a show together, and we never even discussed it after, really. I mean, she did out loud, and I kept all my thoughts to myself because I knew that we had this segment coming up.
Well, that was very considerate of you. Well, we were watching with multiple other people, so I feel like everyone wanted to share what they thought. Afterwards, we watched The Last of Us on HBO. New show. Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey. It's based on a video game, which neither of us have played.
Nope.
Noah, have you ever played the video game?
No, and I actually watched it and didn't know that it was a video game until I went online afterwards and saw everyone talking about it. I had no idea.
Yeah, so based on a video game, people were very excited about it. It had a massive premiere. I saw like it did big numbies, so people were pumped about that. It was a long hour and a half episode. But I liked it. It kept my attention. There's a lot of, Rhea was doing a lot of scrolling, so I don't know if it kept her attention as much.
Yeah, so I'll get into my report. First, I'll get into that, but I just want to get the first thing out of the way. Never Have I Ever, I watched on Netflix. I watched season 1 and 2, and I would like to give it a solid A. I love that show. I think it's hilarious. My sister told me to watch it because she said that the personality of Davy and like, not her actions, but like the personality and like the awkwardness of her or like things she says reminds her of me. And I was like, you know what? I crack up at Davy, so I'll take it. And I was like, and then I watched the show and I was like, this is a very funny show, just all around. Like all the characters are funny. So I'm giving that a solid A. I've watched season 1 and 2.
How many seasons are there? 3?
There's 3. Yes.
And then I think the 4th is going to be the last one.
Well, I'm halfway through season 3, but
it's a great show.
It is. I'm halfway through season 3, but I didn't want to count that yet because I just want to put that as a whole next week.
That's very fair.
Very much enjoyed that show. And then we watched The Last of Us, like you said. And as we were watching, I saw Roan's tweet where he wrote, and I could not agree with him more on this. He wrote something like, seen one zombie show, I seen them all. And I couldn't agree more with that statement. I am not a zombie girl. I've tried to watch Stranger Things so many times. Monsters, stuff like that doesn't grab me. It does. I could recognize that it was a great show with, the production value and all of that. And the acting.
Yeah.
It felt like we were in the video game, but it is not my kind of show. So I don't even feel right grading it because I just know that I don't love these kinds of shows.
Hey, you have to grade it and then feel the wrath of people being like, wow, I can't believe she gave that such a bad grade.
Well, I don't feel right grading it because I know that it's a good show, but I don't find interest in these types of shows.
Yeah, but
the grade won't be right because I know it's a good show, but I just am not interested.
I feel like we're not grading things based on
because when I
whether
watch
it's
something,
going to win an award.
No, but I watch something when I have interest in it. You guys chose that show. I was held against my will to watch that show. So
but like half the things that I watch, I have no idea what I'm going into.
Well, but the things I watch, I want to watch them.
But like just on if the scale is,
you think you would have you would have never tried to even watch that show considering everybody's talking about it?
Yep. Knowing that it's about the zombie stuff, whatever. Nope.
Okay, but
I know that I don't like those kinds of shows. Ever.
So then what would you give it?
I don't know what I would give it. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea what I would give the show because
she claims she can't grade it.
I feel like wrong
I'm
grading it.
I'm going to put a question mark there for you.
I feel wrong grading it. I feel like it's making sense what I'm saying, but you guys aren't picking up what I'm putting down.
I watch plenty of things that I'm like, I don't really like this.
Right, but when I pick something out to watch, it's because I'm going into it thinking maybe I would like this. I was with Fran, her brother, and her boyfriend,
but
and they
you
chose
also
that show.
But you also watch things that you end up not liking, and then you give it a bad grade.
Yes, but I wanted to watch it. You know what I mean?
Matter.
I feel like I'm making sense.
I know, but there's other, like, you've watched. You say, "Oh, I'm going to watch this movie."
Yeah,
I
because
heard good things about it,
but I wouldn't put on a zombie movie because I know I wouldn't grade it well.
No, the better argument is though that.
But you didn't like Glass Onion.
But I went into it thinking,
and you gave it a grade.
Why,
you gave it a grade that reflected that you didn't like it.
But I went into it. I like the premise of it. I went into it thinking I like the premise of this movie.
But the better argument is that you go into
this movie
movies,
interests me.
Yeah, but Rhea, you watch movies thinking you'll like them, and then you don't. So it's just the opposite of that.
Exactly.
But I watched this show and wasn't interested. I didn't
so
choose
you're just saying that
show.
you didn't pay attention. If you say you didn't pay attention, then that explains it.
I did, like, kind of, but it was more just like it didn't grab me. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying.
It's like a C-, D+.
No, but I don't want to give it that grade because I know it's a good show.
Well, it's not a good show in your eyes.
In a second, but it's not a good show in your eyes because we all said
no. But
Glass Onion, just because I'm movie, we loved Glass Onion, and you didn't like Glass Onion. Glass Onion universally liked, but you didn't like it.
But just because. But this is like, okay, what's the show? The Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
I'm never going to watch The Walking Dead because I know I don't like that kind of stuff, right?
The only difference here is you did watch this.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is, guess what? You did sit down and watch it.
The weekly watch
you know
report.
what? I'll own it, okay? I'll own it. I'm going to give this show a C.
Perfect.
I'm going to give the show a C. Because I
doesn't do zombie shows.
I don't like zombie shows, so I'm giving the show a C. Now, if you like zombie shows, you'll probably think it was an A+. I'm sorry, guys, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't want to grade it in fear of the wrath, and that was wrong of me, and I apologize.
Yeah, you just got to be honest. If you don't fuck with zombies and you didn't like the show, you just got to say it and give it a
zombies, and I want to highlight Roan's tweet in which he said, "Seen one zombie, seen them all."
I enjoyed the show. I will continue watching. I thought it was very well made. And
production was great.
The Marianos love zombie shows.
They do. The Marianos love zombie shows.
We like apocalypse, disaster, outbreaks. We watch all that stuff. So this definitely had my attention. I would give this an A- for the first episode. I thought it was a good first episode. And Rhea, did you watch anything else?
Nope.
Okay,
no, that was it.
It was a slow week. I've been reading more. Like I said, I finished Prince Harry's book. So I've been reading more in my downtime than watching TV. I watched the first 2 episodes of Breakpoint, which is the tennis show on Netflix that has like a Drive to Survive type feel. Like each episode, they're highlighting different tennis players. I give this a B. I like it. I'm watching it. I'm going to watch all of it. I find these shows to be extremely entertaining. I love Drive to Survive. And they're also going to do this with golf as well, which I'm excited about. But it's just interesting to see behind the scenes. The second episode is about Matteo Berrettini, the Italian tennis player, who is just too freaking cute. He is absolutely adorable. God love him. He's got his adorable Italian family in the episode, his grandparents. His grandpa reminded me of Nono. They're cracking jokes. These like the whole family plays tennis. It was very sweet. He is, like I said, I think he's going to be, he's a great tennis player. He did just lose in the Australian Open that's happening right now in an upset. But what we're watching is the Australian Open last year, where he did really well. And his name is becoming more and more popular. But now I think people are going to watch the show and like see his face. He's just got next big tennis heartthrob written all over him. He is absolutely adorable. But the show's a B. It's fun. It's like an easy kind of like Netflix docuseries watch. And I'm up to date on Real Housewives of Miami, which the last episode was like nothing great, kind of a filler episode. So I'll give that episode like a B-, but still good. Miami has been good, but when it ventures away from the Lisa Lenny stuff, it starts to slow down a little bit. But it's still been good. That's all I've watched this week.
That's great. I realized I'm never going to be able to watch that show now that I have made a whole fuss about it.
Were you planning on watching more of it?
No. But say Marty was like, I want to try this show.
She's going to see everyone being like, this is so good for the next like 2 months and want to start it.
No, I'm just going to have to just
second biggest HBO premiere after House of the Dragon.
I'm seeing that. But you know what? I just have to stick to my guns.
You got to stick to your guns. Don't do zombies.
I don't do zombies.
There were zombies in Game of Thrones.
Well, that was different.
Why?
I don't know. That's a good point, but I fucking loved Game of Thrones. Yeah. The zombies in Game of Thrones were different though, because they kind of came out of nowhere. Like
the White Walkers.
Yeah, like that was like it was different. It was just
I agree with Rhea. It is
wasn't
different.
Like apocalypse vibes.
Did you ever watch I Am Legend with Will Smith?
Yes.
Great movie.
And
you never watched
I love Apocalypse.
What's the one with Jesse Eisenberg where the zombies, Emma Stone?
Zombieland,
yeah.
No. I didn't. I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
What's that movie with the zombies and Jesse Eisenberg?
They're walking on land.
Zombieland.
Listen,
all right. Now, what terrible movies did you watch this week?
No, I actually don't have any terrible movies. I didn't watch that much this week. I watched the.
Wow, you got a life? No, I'm kidding. That was just from that comment.
Yeah, I went outside this week. No, did you see the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker documentary on Netflix?
Oh, I watched that last night.
Oh.
I completely forgot. Add that to my list. I watched that. I give that a B+.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I gave it a C. I don't know if it's just because I don't know. I just didn't find it that.
Well, here's the question: Did you know about that guy? Like, do you remember when he was famous?
No, I have no idea who he is.
Okay, so then I don't think it would really excite you as much.
I just thought that the story. I don't know. I was kind of.
I found it very interesting because I remembered his video when he went viral, and I did not know any of that shit happened afterwards.
Oh, see, well, yeah, I guess that would be like more interesting, but
yeah,
I would give that a C. I rewatched a movie that came out this year, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage. I already talked about this movie on the show, I think, but
hold on, you're about to bring up a movie that you've already watched before and have spoken about on this show, and you're going to talk about
not on Weekly Watch Report, and I'm just being honest. This is what I watched.
Okay.
I rewatched that. That's an A. That like Nicolas Cage playing himself.
I'm glad you enjoyed it the second time around.
It's just it's a great movie. You should watch that. I feel like not a lot of people have talked about that movie.
You know, if I recall, you told Rhea and I to watch that the first time you brought it up, and we didn't watch it.
Of course.
I need to make a whole list of all the things Noah wants me to watch.
Yeah.
I watched The Last of Us too. I would give that a B+. I think I'm not a big zombie person either, but
oh my god! Wow, that whole conversation. You're saying this?
No, I'm not. But I still like. I don't know. Like if it's good, I'll enjoy it. And I think what's his name? Pedro
Pascal.
Yeah, he's a great actor. So
yeah, he is.
And that girl is from Game of Thrones. I don't know if you like. It's a good cast, and
Fran did pick up on that.
Yeah,
I feel like the whole
that was the one time Rhea paid attention. She looked up and went, "That girl looks familiar." I was like, "Yeah, Game of Thrones." She was like, "Oh yeah."
I feel like the whole like record or whatever, like second highest viewing of that is probably just because all these people who play the video game like had to go watch it.
Yeah.
All these fucking nerds.
Basically, yeah.
That's what you're trying to say? All these video game people.
All the video game
All
people are
these-
like, oh
all
my
these
god, like
gamers.
it's shot for shot, like it's exactly the same. Like,
Honestly, though,
everything.
it did sound like a video game. Like when
It
they were
did.
driving in the car and they were like, "Go fast, drive." It sounded like Grand Theft Auto.
No,
Yeah.
it did. It was cool. I mean, I've seen the tweets of like the scene by scene comparisons, and that is pretty cool. I think video game fans have been waiting for like a
I just
show to be
wonder,
done.
Like as an
with-
actor,
Loyalty to the game.
do you like is that cool for you as an actor? I feel like you're kind of just like you have less freedom. You're just like fitting into
No,
this
well,
already.
No, I think it's cool.
we watched I paid attention to this part. We watched the after, the inside filming, and one of the main actresses said that she loved the video game and was like really wanted the part, and
Yeah.
it was an honor to her to play that part.
She's right. Anything else, Noah?
I did watch Breakpoint. I watched all the first 5 episodes, and I actually really enjoyed it. Although I'll give it a B plus, but it's so annoying that the next part doesn't come out till like June. So it's like, what? Like, but
I feel like they almost did it in line with like the tennis
it's
schedule.
like, like a year behind of like what's actually.
It's a year behind, but I feel like it's also like they tried to do it like when the big tournaments are happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But the Rafa Nadal. No, the Nadal episode was really cool at the French Open, and I saw a lot of people complaining that like it wasn't following like the legends in tennis; it was following like new people. But I kind of like that.
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like you want, because like they said so many times, the legends are legends. They don't need to do a show like that.
Yeah,
And they're like, not that they're all totally done with tennis, but a lot of them are getting to an older point. And we've seen like last year, we saw these young guys win a lot of big tournaments. So I think it's more exciting to have the young people on.
Did you watch the episode about Nadal and his uncle, or you didn't get to
No,
that?
I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, because I didn't even know that storyline, but that's so crazy that basically Nadal's uncle, who coached him, but he didn't coach him anymore, started coaching a French player, and then they played each other, and his uncle was just like, I want Nadal to win, like, and wouldn't help his own player beat him. Like, and it was so weird. But
Yeah. It's just some serious family loyalty, I guess.
yeah, but I liked it. I like tennis, so that's
Good
it for me.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff from everybody there.